Hello everyone. This is Sean 1986. Okay, this is a second upload of the video of me talking about Mike McDaniel's being fired by Miami Dolphins. The reason why I'm doing this again is because, well, when I uploaded the video, no one couldn't hear me what I said on this one. So we're doing this again, okay? So apparently this happened when I found out that I was at work this morning. And this is crazy because this is the guy who was like, I don't know, who was one of the three head coaches that was on the hot seat. The other two being Todd Bowles of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and John Harbaugh of the Baltimore Ravens. Well, as you may know, in a video that I made on Tuesday about John Harbaugh, that wasn't the case because the Ravens fired him. Although some say they fired, but based on what my mom said, they let him walk. Because, yeah, and surprisingly, it turns out that the owner of the Baltimore Ravens decided to choose Lamar Jackson over John Harbaugh. choosing a quarterback who always tends to shit the bed on big game moments over a head coach that won a Super Bowl back in 2012. That sounds like a smart move. You know, I'm being sarcastic on that one. But now Mike McDaniel's, who was on the hot seat, he don't have a seat because he got fired this morning by the Miami Dolphins. I'm reading this off of ESPN. The Miami Dolphins have fired head coach Mike McDaniel after a 7-10 season. The Miami Dolphins have fired head coach Mike McDaniel, the team announced Thursday. The move comes after McDaniels had met with reporters Monday and said he will be part of the team's interviews to hire a new general manager. Dolphins owner Stephen Ross met with McDaniels on Tuesday to discuss the season, and after the meeting, a reflexive, Ross decided to move on. After careful evaluation and extensive discussions since the season ended, I have made the decision that our organization is in need of comprehensive change, Ross said in a statement. I love Mike, and I want to thank him for his hard work, commitment, and the energy he brought to our organization. Mike is an incredible creative football mind whose passion for the game and his players was evident every day. I wish him and his family the best moving forward, Ross added. Dolphins will conduct a head coach search after a general manager is in place, with a new GM expected to be hired by Friday, sources told ESPN Jeff Darlin. The Dolphins announced Wednesday that after completing an initial round of general manager interviews, they have scheduled an in-person interviews with four candidates: interim GM Champ Kelly, San Francisco 49ers Director of Scouting and Football Operations Josh Williams, Green Bay Packers Vice President of Player Personnel John Eric Sullivan, and Los Angeles Chargers Assistant GM Chad Alexander. Kelly completed his interview Wednesday, and the other three candidates flew into South Florida on Wednesday night for their interviews, which will take place Thursday. The Dolphins have not yet been in touch with John Harbaugh or anyone in his camp, sources told Darlington. Harbaugh was fired by the Baltimore Ravens on Tuesday, and sources close to the decision to fire McDaniel told Darlin that the decision to move away from McDaniels was independent of Harbaugh's availability. The Dolphins finished 7-10, the franchise's second consecutive losing season after making the playoffs in 2022 and 2023. It also comes roughly 16 months after McDaniel signed a three-year extension in August of 2024. Coaching this team and being a part of this great franchise has been the honor of a lifetime when I took this job. I had a vision of the team that was bonded together and played with passion and energy on the path of winning championships. I gave everything I have for that goal. I am disappointed, especially for fans, that we did not have better results on the field. But I am grateful for every coach, player, and staff member who poured themselves into that vision alongside me, McDaniel said on Thursday in a statement. McDaniel joined the Dolphins as a first-time head coach in 2022 after 5 seasons with the 49ers, including 4 as their run-game coordinator from 2017 to 2020, and 1 as an offensive coordinator in 2021. He is successful turning around an offense that hasn't finished in the top 10 in total yards since 1995. Miami finished 6th in total offense under McDaniel's first season, despite averaging fewer than 100 rushing yards per game. The Dolphins led the NFL in total offense in 2023 as quarterback Tua Tagovailoa finished with a league-leading 4,624 passing yards. But Miami's offense declined in 2024 with Tua Tagovailoa missing a career-high 6 games, averaging 325 yards per game compared to 364.5 yards per game and 401.3 yards per game in 2022 and 2023, respectively. The team lost 6 of its first 8 games before finishing 8-9 and missing the playoffs for the first time under McDaniel. Miami lost 7 of its first 8 games in 2025 and fired general manager Chris Grier at the end of October before rallying with a 4-game win streak. Tagovailoa was benched after a loss in Week 15, which eliminated the Dolphins from playoff contention. Rookie 7th-round pick Quinn Ewers started the team's final 3 games. Tua on Monday said he was hoped to get a fresh start with a new team in 2026. That would be dope, he said. I would be good with him. Moving on for Tua Tagovailoa will be expensive for Miami. He represents a $56.4 million cap hit in 2026, and cutting him before June 1st will result in a $99.2 million dead cap hit next season. Releasing him after June 1st will spread that dead cap hit across 2 seasons, with $67.2 million hitting in 2026. The Dolphins could also look to trade the NFL's 2023 leader in passing yards, but would have to find a team willing to take on his salary. McDaniels was the Dolphins' 3rd coach in the past 10 years, following 3-year stints by Brian Flores and Adam Gase. Before McDaniels, no Dolphins coach have lasted 4 full seasons in the role since David Watson in 2003. Tony Sparano and Joe Philbin were fired during their 4th seasons. The Dolphins have not hired a head coach with previous head coaching experience since Sparano in 2008. So, yeah, this has been, like I said, this has been one hell of a crazy year. And he would have thought that Black Monday was going to be the be-all and end-all, but then as the days goes on, we've been seeing more head coaches getting fired, man, and it's been getting a lot crazier than it has been. And honestly, if I have to say one thing about this is getting, I don't know what's going on. And also, here's the thing: with McDaniel's fired from Miami, now we got 8 head coaches who are jumping into the John Harbaugh sweepstakes. And as for McDaniel's, don't worry, he'll get himself another job. He'll be an offensive coordinator, and there's a lot of teams who are gunning for him wanting to be an offensive coordinator. Hell, from what I heard, Washington might pick him up as our offensive coordinator. And seeing though that we fired Cliff Kingsbury, I made a video talking about that. We definitely need a new one, and especially when we need someone that can actually pull off some cool plays that has some yards and points. But we just need to do well. We just need to do well. So we're definitely going to see how this plays out. And once I get some news on this one, I'll let you know. And that's all I got to say for right now. As always, be sure to leave a comment, like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification button so that updates, share with friends, share with neighbors, share with others, and that's about it. Until next time, this is Sean 7 1986 signing off. Thank you for watching this video. Really means a lot. I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later. Bye-bye! Jesus fucking Christ, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on. First John Harbaugh, and now Mike McDaniel. What's next? Todd Bowles? Yeah, I know they say that, they're not going to fire Todd Bowles, but you never know nowadays, am I right?